Today we're going to talk about solution. The content is standard. The learners demonstrate an understanding of some important properties of solutions. Learning competency. The learners should be able to investigate properties of unsaturated or saturated solutions. First, let's define a solution. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. It may exist in any phase like solid, liquid, and gas. A chemical solution exhibits several properties. It is consists of a homogeneous mixture. It is composed of only one phase. The particles in a solution are not visible to the naked eye. It does not scatter a light beam. And the components of a solution cannot be separated using simple mechanical filtration. A solution is a combination of solute and solvent. A solute is the substance to be dissolved. The solvent is the one doing the dissolving. As a rule of thumb, there is usually more solvent than solute. Based on saturation or the extent to which something is dissolved or absorbed, a solution can be classified as unsaturated, saturated, and supersaturated solution. Unsaturated solution is a solution that completely dissolves, leaving no remaining substances. It has less solute than the saturated solution. Saturated solution is a solution with solute that dissolves until it is unable to dissolve anymore, leaving the undissolved substances at the bottom. Meanwhile, supersaturated solution is a solution that contains more undissolved solute than the saturated solution because of its tendency to crystallize and precipitate. If we analyze their level of concentration, unsaturated solution is diluted or has less concentration of solute than saturated, while supersaturated solution has greater concentration of solute than saturated. For example, we have 3 glasses of water and a powder juice. On the first glass, we're going to mix 1/2 teaspoon of powdered juice into 120 milliliters of water. On the second glass, we're going to pour 1 teaspoon of powdered juice. And on the third, we're going to have 2 teaspoons of powdered juice into the same amount of water. After mixing them together, as you can see, the first glass has the dull color than the rest of the glasses. This means that the first glass is known to be unsaturated solution. It has less amount of solute, giving a lesser concentration. The second glass is known to be the saturated solution. The amount of solute is proportional to the amount of solvent. Lastly, the third glass is known as the supersaturated solution. It contains a greater amount of solute than the solvent. This is the reason why the color is darker than the saturated solution or the second glass. To sum it up, a solution is a combination of a solute and a solvent. A solute is the one to be dissolved in a solvent, and a solvent is the one dissolving a solute. Solution can be classified as unsaturated, supersaturated, and saturated solution. Unsaturated solution has lesser amount of solute than the solvent. Saturated solution has an amount of solute proportional to the solvent. Supersaturated solution contains a greater amount of solute that can be dissolved by a given solvent. Therefore, it forms crystal. Now, let's see if you can be able to determine if it is saturated, supersaturated, or unsaturated solution. For each number, You will be given 10 seconds to answer. Let's start. Number 1. Sugar water containing more sugar than would normally dissolve at 20 degrees Celsius is said to be blank. Time's up. The correct answer is supersaturated. Number 2. A sugar water containing a very small amount of sugar or less than we expected is considered blank. Time's up. The correct answer is unsaturated. A blank solution contains too much solute and will not dissolve, but it appears to be thick and crystallizes rapidly. Time's up. The correct answer is supersaturated. Or number 4. An overly sweetened tea where the sugar doesn't have room to dissolve is known as blank. The correct answer is supersaturated. For number 5, a blank solution contains the maximum amount of solute when no more solute will dissolve. Time's up. The correct answer is saturated. Did you get all of it correctly? If yes, very good. But if not, you need to review again or rewatch this video. Thank you for listening.